forgive me for being honest, but the reality is this week's Parsha preview is the one that every rabbi dreads. This week we read the combined Torah portions of Tazria-Metzora, and the laws contained with them just don't seem to resonate in our day and age. We're talking about the laws of purity and impurity, laws regarding impure bodily emissions and impurity that comes from childbirth, and biblical leprosy, tsaras, which can get into your body and into your clothing and into your house, and lots of other things that we don't know. Is this real or not? We do know that our rabbis associated this tsaras, this leprosy, with Metzora Motzira, that it afflicts someone who speaks Lashon Hara. It afflicts someone who speaks badly of others. But does it really afflict? Is this something real, physical, or is this something supernatural? Needless to say, sages disagreed. The Meshech Chachma says this is one of the secrets of the Torah. But there were sages who said, yes, this actually happens, and these cases are real, and the person so afflicted had to be checked by the Kohen and then isolated from the community for 7 days. There are others that say that this couldn't really be real. First of all, it says the Kohen had to go into the person's house and remove everything from the house before he examined the person. Well, if this tsaras is real and it can get into the clothing and it can get into the walls, then taking it outside would have spread the disease to others. And besides, the laws regarding tsaras only afflict Jews, do not affect non-Jews, only take place within Israel and not within walled cities. So obviously we're not talking about something real. But if that's the case, why did they isolate the person outside of the camp if the disease he had really wasn't contagious? So an interesting explanation is a very relevant one. The person was isolated, not to make sure that his disease didn't spread to others, but to give him time to himself, to think about why he goes around spreading gossip. This wasn't a protective measure isolating the person. This was a preventive measure causing the person to have time for introspection. Being alone gives you time to do that. And we've been alone quite a lot in the last year. And what kind of introspection have we had? I have an article from the Washington Post. They asked people what things different did they do this year because of their isolation. And some of the answers are really fascinating. One woman colored her hair pink so that even when she's wearing a mask, when she would go outside, people would know it was her. Another fostered 21 kittens. Who am I to judge? This one woman made a mini replica for her pet mouse. I really didn't know that people have pet mice. One woman established in a refrigerator with a sign, emergency chocolate. When the being alone would get to her, she immediately ran and got chocolate. Is that the best way to fill our time? Is that what it means to be introspective? I'll give you an example of what it means to be introspective. It made headlines across the country. A woman named Laverne Ford Wimberly, living in Tulsa, 82 years old. She couldn't go to church. She was isolated at home. But every Sunday, when she would zoom into the church service, she got all dressed up with a brand new hat. Do you do that on Saturday mornings? Now, why did she do that? Nobody was going to see her. Well, not really nobody. God. She was going to see herself. This told her something about herself. I know a woman like that, a woman in our synagogue. Every Friday the past year, she has sent out an email with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, wishing everyone on her list a good Shabbos. She figured out a way to fill her time. That tells me something about her. It tells her something about her. There was a great Hasidic master, Reb Nachman of Bratslav. Reb Nachman of Bratslav writes in one of his books that every one of his Hasidim should spend a few minutes to be alone with themselves. There's a name for this. It's called Hitbodedut, the art of being alone. And listen to what Reb Nachman says. Anyone who can't be alone with himself has to be very poor company for others. We don't need Saras to be isolated. We've been given coronavirus. Let's spend a little time with ourselves. Have a good Shabbos.